Welcome back to episode 2 of the, I forgot what I named this podcast. I named it something that involved, I think it was Strong with God.
Yeah.
Welcome back to episode 2 of Strong with God. We're here in Strong Hall of the, of Ozark Christian College. Theo's not with us today.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, no, he has to do a little piano, little keys, you know. He's a music boy, if you can't tell. Well, I guess you can't really see his area, but he's got amp right down there. He's got amp along the wall. He's got speakers. He's got a guitar over there. I mean, I got a guitar, but he's got guitar, bass, everything. Gotta hold my shirt. So we're going to talk a little louder. You may have a rough time hearing us. Our microphones will not plug in because my phone is plugged in. But so tomorrow will be Exodus.
Yeah.
But today we are going to... So what we're going to do, the plan is it's Bible book, current events, Bible book, current events, Bible book, current events. Might throw in some other stuff if we figure stuff out. But today's current event day. So I got my Chromebook. He has his phone, and we're just gonna be pulling up. So actually, if you want to go ahead and start, and I'll tag along if I need to.
I'm gonna start talking about a big major conflict in our world, and it's with Gaza and Israel right now. Gaza is described in the Bible as a context of the Philistines. So they are in a context. God said the Bible primarily discusses Gaza as a context of the Philistines. So the Philistines, basically, that's what Gaza represents. And Gaza is attacking Israel right now because Gaza doesn't like what the Israelites believe in and how their government rolls and how they do things and how they believe in Christ. Gaza just wants to attack. Gaza's the devil. Gaza's on the devil's side. They're bombing Israel for no reason. And I can tell you this much. God is not very happy with this. I can tell you that right now. And God is gonna judge them at some point in time, leading them to hell. They'll go live with the devil because they will be judged, but they'll go be with the devil because they are very against him. And the Palestinians don't like them either because of their whole government. Another thing that I want to add in is the ancient enemy of Israel. The Philistines were based in 5 major cities: Gaza, Ekron, Ashdod, Gath, and Ekron. Were one of Israel's most entrenched enemies from the Israelites entered the promised land. The antagonism is highlighted in the story like Samson captured in Gaza by the Philistines. So Samson was captured by Gaza and the Philistines in Judges chapter 16. But the Philistines were everywhere. They were in Gaza, they were in Ekron, they were in Ashdod, they were in Gath, they were in Ekron. They were everywhere, destroying God's people for no reason. And they were destroying the promised land as well. And Samson was captured by the Gaza and Philistines in Judges chapter 16.
Just want to say something about that. I just looked up current events so that we could find something to talk about, like that we could find something and then relate to it with God. Israeli airstrike on southern Gaza hospital kills 19. Yeah, that was one of the current events. And that was 17 hours ago.
Wow. It's amazing. And I think the Israelites are trying to get their payback because they just want to live in peace. They don't want anybody bombing them. And something else that
God did create war.
Yeah, God did create war. But war is meant to happen for necessary purposes.
Yes. But a lot of the war today has built up through hatred of one another
Yes.
for no reason,
Yes.
such as land, stuff like that. The war back in the day was because of religious beliefs or atheists versus Christians.
Yes.
Like it was like the Romans versus the Israelites, or
Yes.
the Romans versus other stuff. I'm not sure about Romans versus Israelites. I don't know if that happened. It might have. I'm just saying different groups. Like there were groups that believed and groups that didn't, that hate each other, that went back and forth. Usually it was the group that did believe that won. Sometimes vice versa. But like nowadays it's for land. It's because of, oh, you know what? I don't like your leader. He's annoying. I'm just gonna kill him. I'm just gonna kill you guys too. I'm gonna kill 19 people in a hospital for no reason.
Yeah. And so I have a couple more things that are Gaza related that it talks about in the Bible. It says several Old Testament prophets delivered prophecies against the Philistine cities, including Gaza, for the violence and opposition to God's people. Prophecies include Amos says, predicts that Gaza carry into exile a whole bunch of people. To Edom, God would send a fire upon the wall of Gaza in Amos 1, 6, and 7. So God was sending fire upon the wall of Gaza because the Gaza people had many people in exile. Many of God's people exiled. In Zephaniah 2, 4 through 7, it foretells that Gaza shall be forsaken and desolate, and the land will become pastures with shelters for shepherds. But if you look at it now, Gaza is just destroying land for no reason.
Yep.
Destroying food and livestock.
They've also
grain
destroyed hospitals as well.
and hospitals. Jeremiah includes a prophecy concerning the Philistines before Pharaoh struck down Gaza in Jeremiah 47:1. So some of the New Testament things, that's it about Gaza. Gaza does not like Christ followers.
No, not one bit.
No. And another mention is Muslims don't like us either.
We could have told you that.
Muslims and ISIS do not like us.
No.
Atheists do not atheists don't want anything to do with us because they believe in. And a lot of scientists don't even believe in what we have to say. Scientists they just sit in shame.
Yeah. Actually, so should look at something up right now. But I'm kind of go a little off topic real quick.
Yep.
So I'm not sure how you feel on this. This is my feeling. You can add. This will not change our relationship. I hope. You're like, oh dear.
Oh dear.
This goes with death penalties
Oh yeah.
and like put to death and stuff like that. Wait. Just take on words. Teaching on words are complex and well, so like. Yeah. Jesus' teachings emphasize peace, love, but also the importance of seeking justice and reconciliation. He warned against false prophets and messiahs, encouraging his followers to endure despite challenges. Jesus' message includes the prophetic warning about wars, rumors of wars, which he interrupted as a sign of the end of times. So, like, God, like, I don't want to say he created wars, but he allowed wars to happen amongst the people that hate him and the people that love him.
Yeah.
So if he allowed war, he allowed death and the punishment of death.
Yeah.
And so a whole bunch of people are saying the death penalty is unbiblical, unjustly, unjustly. I don't know why I said that. Unnecessary and over the top.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling that like when it comes to like the death penalty, like God created death as a punishment. It's not unbiblical if death of a punishment was created by God and we are trying to avoid it in our time. If I had a daughter and someone killed my daughter, I'd want him to die too. I hate saying that, but like, I'm not going to kill myself unless I have the opportunity to. Like a lot of, where are you from again? Ohio.
There's a lot of crimes that happen in Ohio.
Oh yeah, but like in our areas, like people have self-defense at home. Missouri has self-defense policies to the point that there's no like punishment for self-defense. You kill someone because they were trying to kill you, you're not going to jail.
And I struggle with this like in school, like in my high school, is that if somebody punched us, we weren't allowed to punch them back.
Yeah, there were a few schools in Missouri trying to switch to that.
So now I got this is a big hot topic nowadays, and you can chime in too because you'll probably agree with me. Is the sex trafficking rates? I have to bring this up because
go ahead. This is what today's for.
So, the sex trafficking is condemned by moral evil. But I gotta say something. I watched a movie it's called Sounds of Freedom. It's a true story. This guy went out to.
Was he a trucker?
Yeah.
And he was pulling a trailer full of two sisters from Mexico.
Yes.
I've seen that movie. That's a good movie.
Sounds of Freedom was he was getting these two girls from this country back here because they were getting sex trafficked by people, and these stories, these horrifying stories that you hear about these people, I see documentaries about. Specific documentary that I've watched is called Nefarious Merchant of Souls, and it talks about, it goes in the live graphic and it shows where they're auctioned off at. It shows where they're auctioned off at, and it shows a lot of things that you as Christians don't want to see, and these guys go out that you don't need to see, and God gets upset about that, and so. And it's not just men that do this. Women are a big part in the role in sex trafficking because they say they get these parents that drop these kids off to these, welcome to my babysitting thing. Well, that babysitting thing turns into the women capturing them and selling them to these guys so these guys can have sex with these girls, and they are locked up in a big cage in a foreign country where it gets hard to find. But with technology nowadays, is these SWAT teams and military people, they have the technology now where they can track these guys and they can go out and get them and save these girls before they actually die of starvation and food and water and all that. And it's not just ladies. Men get captured for sex too.
Yeah.
Because women are up for having sex with guys, and that's a big thing, and it's sad because I know in Las Vegas, right in the midst of Las Vegas, there are red light districts where women are sold for sex, and I think that's very wrong. And the mafia takes a big part in the sex trafficking too. And there was this guy in the Nefarious and Merchant of Souls that shared his story. He was a mafia sex trafficker in Vegas. He captured 50 girls and had sex with them in Guam. And he went to jail for 35 years, and he came out, and he started going to church, and he turned his life around, and he is now a Christian. And he goes, but a lot of these people, a lot of these girls, when they're sex trafficked, they don't ever date anybody.
Nope.
Because they're scared. Because what they experienced was very scary.
I'm just gonna chime in real quick. I heard a story once at a church camp I went to about a girl who she was raped by her own father, and she considered herself a lesbian because she told people, "I will never date or get touched by a male ever again through the life that I live." She was a follower of Jesus, and yes, Jesus told us to be fruitful and multiply, but a girl is not going to want to be fruitful and multiply and live a wonderful life with a family and a husband if the first if any point in her life she was taken advantage of. And unfortunately for her, it was early in her life that she was taken advantage of by her own father. And she told a pastor that I knew that she considers herself a lesbian because of what her father did to her. She will not let another man touch her or date her.
Yeah, and I'm in agreement there too. And it's sad because I've actually got to meet different kinds of people that went through that, and it's sad. But another hot topic too is these pornographers out here.
Oh man!
Don't get me started. But these pornographers out here.
Oh no! I'll get you started. I'll get you started for sure.
So get me rolling. So these pornographers, I'm gonna share a story.
Get you rolling? I don't think you want to be rolling.
So I'm not gonna mention names because this is a person in my church and I'm not on the name drop. But there was a guy.
I sure hope you don't.
There's a guy in our church that was a former pornographer of young children, and I think, to me, is these people get sucked into it, and they just fall into it, and then they do it, and then it ends up turning into, oh, you're in jail, you're in this, and you're in that. But one of his family members is in jail for the same exact thing. So that could be an effect. It could be a family thing passed down. Now, more recent for me in Ohio, we had a teacher. I'm not the name of the teacher either, but I'm just going to say a teacher. A senior history teacher at my school was starting last year. So when everybody was juniors, a lot of things started to happen they had a foreign language trip to Spain, and a lot of inappropriate things happened between him and another girl. And so the girl didn't like it, so they kind of brushed it. And then this year, more bad things have happened in his room and other things like that, and him doing things that he shouldn't be doing to an underage kid. And at the end of this year, he resigned, and now we're at the beginning of the school year, and in a couple weeks she is coming. Her mom is, because she was 17 at the time, now she's 18, but everything happened when she was 17, so he can still get busted for it.
Oh yeah.
But so there is video evidence out there. My friend was very upset. I had to, the week before I came to Ozark, I had to sit with her because she was crying for 2 hours because the cops had to take her phone because she had a lot of video evidence of everything happening, and they needed the video evidence to prove him in court that he's guilty. And so she, in about 3 weeks, is going to court with her mother, and her mother and her dad and her whole family are going to confess against the court, and they're going to put him away for 20 years.
Good.
And he will never allow to be step foot in a school district again. Sex offenders aren't allowed to be with kids after they've already been convicted.
So it's gonna veer away from the sex trafficking part and just talk about the pornography part. I have a few friends that I've been friends with for a long time, but as soon as they were female friends, and as soon as we turned 18, immediately they just started posting half-naked photos of them on their Instagram or Snapchat stories and stuff like that, and it got to the point that I had to remove these friends that I had for years, since second grade, because the things that they were posting and sharing online, pretty much giving men their body for free to what's the word we used yesterday? Lust over. But it's crazy, and I there was actually a story just like the one you were talking about in St. Clair, Missouri. I don't know the teacher's name or anything. There are actually 2 teachers, I believe, at St. Clair High School that got caught with that OnlyFans account, and it was caught by one of their students, and it was brought up to the school board. And okay, I'm not supporting them, but the school, of course, fired the 2 teachers, right?
Good.
But the girls made more money with it in the 3 weeks after, post getting fired, than they ever did before anyone found out. The only reason is because it led to all these students realizing, okay, this teacher has an OnlyFans, let me go type it up on my Chromebook and stuff like that. And so they made it news-wide, they made it public everywhere. They could have easily kept it quiet, but it was bound to get out. And so these teachers made more money off of getting fired and more kids finding their OnlyFans than other people did.
And when the guy that got resigned from my school, he didn't get paid the last how many months. They didn't pay him. He resigned and he doesn't get paid anymore. Buckeye refuses to pay because they will not pay him, and I think that's right. What my administration is doing. They're not getting paid.
Yeah, no.
He hasn't been paid in 6 months because of what he did, and he deserves it. He deserves not to be paid.
But yeah, I feel like that government and browsing instruments should put a ban on sensitive content just like that. And I complain about TikTok and Instagram and all these apps with their community guidelines, because I've gotten reported for nudity for having a cutoff on.
Really?
Yeah. I had a cutoff on, and then there was one photo where I had a dead deer and I was showing it. I got reported for that too, and I was just all fired up. I was like, why are you doing that to me? But see, it's funny because I even made another video about the fact that they reported me for wearing a cutoff. They reported me for showing a dead deer, but yet these girls on the same app get to show their
bikinis,
bikinis and underwear and bras and stuff that they're wearing like that. Or they there's one where I saw a girl, I was just scrolling through. You could have a good For You page and a random video will pop up that is never on your For You page. There's this girl back towards the camera and she just lifted up her shirt like this, And I was just like, nope. And it was stupid.
Yeah.
Because, like, she doesn't get taken down or anything for posting videos like that. But I get taken down for showing my shoulders.
Yeah, that's wrong.
My beautiful, beautiful shoulders. I don't understand, especially, and not only that, back to the dead deer that I posted that I got taken down for. People on those social media platforms post, like, war videos.
Yeah.
And videos that were captured off of police cams and stuff like that, of these people dying for no reason, or cops dying and stuff like that. They're allowed to post that, but I can't post a dead deer that I use to feed my family.
And I think, and you'll come into agreement with this. This was just during inauguration this year. Even before inauguration of Trump, and you'll be in agreement with me on this one. But whoever tried to shoot Trump, that was on purpose. Whoever tried to kill Trump, they wanted to kill him. But, and I've heard the side of the Secret Service, because our Secret Service is kind of very corrupted too.
Everything involved with government is corrupted.
So, I'm happy our president has come to Christ and been a Christ follower, because God is with him all the days of his life. But the guy I was listening to one of the idiot security people online, and they said that they had no idea that guy was up on the roof ready to shoot Trump. I'm thinking to myself, your security, you should know that he's up on the roof. There should have been no reason why Trump should have ever been shot in the air.
Nope.
Because...
Well, the people behind him, there was someone that died.
Yeah, I heard about that. But there should have been no reason why that trigger should have been fired. Because there should have been a sniper up on a roof, scoping his scope with his sniper and seeing that guy. That guy should have been killed before that trigger was even pulled. And that security guard said, "Oh, we didn't know he was up on the roof." Bull crap. You knew he was there. The Democrats, and I found out later, the Democrats set him up to kill Trump.
I did not hear about that. I'll have to look more into that. One thing. So this will actually go with that. Well, actually, I'm going to.
He was also attempted to be shot at a golf course too. Way back too. That was another.
I'm gonna connect to that real quick. Two things I gotta say about that. The first one. How do you not see a guy laying on a roof with a sniper and, like, the cameras literally veer off and boom, there he is, and it's just like he's that close. How do they not see him? But the second part, this is where I get serious. A great YouTuber I watch, Demolition Derby. He actually recently shut down his channel because of reasons and stuff like that. The sniper was wearing Demolition Derby merch. And because Demolition Derby, I need water. Because Demolition Derby is he go to his YouTube. He explains it really well. Because he was a gun affiliated channel. His channel's all about guns. He had a whole lot of backlash coming from the news, coming from social medias, all because the shooter's wearing his merch. What if the shooter was wearing Nike or Under Armour?
Oh,
the only reason they wouldn't get backlash is because they're not affiliated with guns.
Yeah. He's
affiliated with guns. They were wearing his merch, so he's the reason.
And I gotta add something to this, because I have a former person that was a sniper. Is still a sniper, and he's a sniper for State Highway Patrol in Ohio. He goes up every time Ohio State has a game. He's up there having his gun set. He's sitting up there on the roof, gun ready in case if somebody's on there. But he even told me that he's a Republican, but he did say that they knew that the sniper was there. They just made up a lie so they could just fester up in lies, because he said what that security guard said about they had no clue he was there. He said they did have a clue he was there. They just didn't want to admit the truth to the media. And so he said that guy was there and they should have had a sniper. He said there should have been no reason why Trump should have been shot. That shooter should have been shot. There should have been a sniper up there, him dead already, and it wouldn't even came close. And he said the same thing with the golf course thing. That should have never been a close shot either.
For sure. So this is going to be a shorter video than the last one because my phone is like dwindling on battery and it's even plugged in. Actually, if I could, we'll plug it into a different charger and see how it does. Sorry to the viewers, just trying to figure crap out real quick. Speed run. Alright. And please charge, action. I'm actually going back up a little bit. But, yeah, no, so he faced a lot of backlash with that. I felt so bad for the guy.
I would too.
And it's crazy because he is a Republican.
Yeah.
He was a Republican, and I full on believe he was a Republican if he's a gun channel. Otherwise, did he agree with taking the guns away?
And see, like for me, and I'm just happy Elon Musk turned Republican, because
that was a big
turn, because he was tired of the evil people, so he turned to be with Trump. But he's all for Trump now, and I think Trump right now, as he stands, God is with him at all times. God is with him. God was with him through the killing. If it wasn't for God being there, he would be dead, and there would be another assassination written in the books, because that would be the third assassination in history. Maybe more.
There's definitely been more, because I remember
president. There has been more president assassinations, but there only has been.
I'm talking about I thought you were talking about history of the world.
There's only been 2 presidents that have been actually killed on assassination. But if God wasn't with him, he would be dead. But God was with him and protected him from the evil one that's out there. But God is with him, and if you look at Trump's, when Trump talks, he gives all the glory to God. He gives all the glory to God before he goes into his
seminars.
Before he goes into seminars.
Not really a seminar.
But when he goes in to talk to when he goes and talks to the Republicans and the government, he gives all the glory to God before he goes into it. And at the end of each speech he gives, he prays, and then he goes about his day. There's some other hot topics out there.
Oh yeah, there are plenty of hot topics. Bunch of war.
I know one. Iran.
Iraq. Iran.
Shit. Russia.
Ukraine and Russia?
Yes, that's another hot commodity.
That is a very hot commodity.
Because the Russians do not like... Because at one point in time, Russia was... At one point in time, Ukraine was part of Russia, and now Russia's trying to get Ukraine back, because... And so it's turned into... I'm gonna turn into a big war. There's a lot of things. And it surprises me, because Russia helped us during World War II. That's what really surprises me, is now they're turning on us. They're turning on everybody. But I saw something in the...
It's 11:40. We have curfew at 12, right?
Yes.
What? All these guys are hopping in a car and leaving.
So I have something to say. So
Yeah, no, you can get that.
With Russia, and I saw this in a news trend, a Christian news trend. If Russia bombs any of our NATO countries, we enter World War III. If they hit Poland or whoever, we will enter World War III. And we do not want that because we can't afford to send guys over there right now.
No. No. And see, I remember back when Biden was president, like the first, I want to say a few months of Biden being president, we had 13 of our military members tragically die.
Yeah. We did.
Was it 13?
Yes. And we did not need that.
No.
Has there been any recently shootings out there that we need to had on topic?
Funny you say that. Because I just found some. 4 arrested in New... Actually, it's not funny you say that, but it's coincidental you said that. 4 arrests in New York City Park shooting that left 1 victim dead and 4 hurt. Dude, I don't understand it. Why do people think it's just okay? Oh yeah, I hate these people, so I'm gonna take my anger out on not only these people, but the people that are surrounding them. Because there's been school shootings. My school has had threats. Guarantee yours has at one point. All schools have at one point.
So this is a big hot topic. This was one day ago. This was in Brooklyn, New York. A man dies hours after shooting just miles away from another weekend homicide. Oh, this was in Kansas City, Missouri. Not that far from here. This was 18 hours ago in Kansas City, Missouri.
Oh man, yeah. So we're in Joplin, Missouri right now. Kansas City is just 2-3 hours north.
Yes.
It was published
October 24th, 2025 at 8:32 p.m. But it was updated. So Kansas City, Missouri, 1 person is dead in a shooting near 6th Street in Park Avenue near the intersection of Brooklyn and Independence Avenue. It was just after 7 p.m. on August 24th. This caps off a violent weekend in the metro. Police found a man shot multiple times and rushed to the hospital where he died a few hours later. Police say an argument in the street led to his death, but so far the shooter remains at large. This shooting is one of the 3 that took place over the last 48 hours. On August 23rd...
in that area?
Yes. August 23rd and 24th, 4 people lost their lives and 6 others were hurt in the shootings, all within a 2.5-mile radius in downtown Kansas City.
That is crazy, dude.
So that was just 18 hours ago. But just within a 2-mile radius, there was 6 people killed on August 23rd and 24th. And the shooting is one of the 3 that took place in the last 48 hours.
That's crazy. Theo walked in. If you're listening on Spotify, Theo did walk in, but he's on the phone, so he had to walk back out. 2 hours and 26 minutes away.
Okay, so this was a big hot topic too.
Okay.
This was a bunch of different universities. It says at least a half a dozen universities across the country welcome students to the first day of fall classes Monday with run and hide warnings about possible gunmen on campus. In almost all cases, police and administrators set the reports with hoaxes or sweating calls, which is when someone uses temporary cell phone numbers and voice cloaking apps to create havoc. A few campuses simply had no evidence of gunmen or violence was found. The reports sent to students of Arkansas, Colorado, Boulder, Iowa State, Kansas State, New Hampshire, Northern Arizona. they were sent out. A bunch of these hoaxes were sent out to those universities. Kansas City, Missouri mayor proposes tighter restrictions on surface parking lots.
That was crazy, dude.
So this is a big one. This is in Australia. I don't know if this applies, but it says police officers.
No, it does. Go ahead.
Police officers killed in a shooting at rural Australia town, local media says.
Dude, I just...
Australian police have confirmed that an active incident is underway to property in Porcupine, a 300-kilometer northeast of Melbourne. And Australian media says 2 officers have been shot dead and another has been injured in Australia. The federal police commissioner did not confirm that, but it has said that there are grave concerns for some police officers involved in the incident. Gun crime is relatively rare in Australia, which has some world's greatest, strictest gun regulations.
I just want to show you real quick, because actually it was a little bit ago. It was about 2 or 3 years ago. There was a shooting.
There was a famous comedian that died 23 hours ago.
Who was it?
Reggie Carroll.
Oh man, no way.
So this is in Mississippi. Reggie Carroll, a Baltimore native known for touring stand-up routine across the country, was shot and killed in Mississippi last week, authorities said. Carroll, was 52, was gunned down in South Haven, Mississippi on Wednesday. The South Haven Police Department said in an update Saturday. Officers responded to a Burton Lane after reports of isolated shooting and located one male victim suffering gunshot wounds, cops said.
So that's where I live. I'm not showing them this.
Yeah.
Because it shows where I live and stuff like that. That's where I live.
Yeah.
That's... I'll go ahead and say this. That's Hermann, Missouri. It was about 2 or 3 years ago. There was a shooting at a gas station. It's about 13 minutes from where I live. There was... Well, actually about 17-ish. But there was a shooting, and 2 cops were involved. One cop died, one got shot in the head. The one that got shot in the head is actually, I believe, fully recovered, except he cannot verbally speak. He has intake, but he can't output information.
So this is another thing about, this is in Kansas City. This was the same event that happened, but there was 2 dead and 3 injured in the shooting in Kansas City this weekend. So this is another one. And why in the world this person would do this, but this is in, I'm gonna go into this. So this is stupid. The Wichita Police Department is searching for a 16-year-old
Wichita
accused of shooting 2 other teenagers in downtown Wichita on Sunday. Police said Caesar Governor should be considered armed and dangerous. Caesar Governor 16 accused shooting, or Caesar 16 is accused of shooting 16-year-old ex-girlfriend and 17-year-old boy down in Wichita boathouse on Sunday. He was accused in a vehicle near his 16-year-old ex-girlfriend and his 17-year-old boy. He shot dead.
I hate hearing that.
Why would you go after your own?
I guarantee you it was something that involved cheating.
Oh yeah. Guarantee you.
But I hate hearing that because
sergeant charged in Jackson County for a shooting.
Sergeant charged?
Yeah.
So did he start the shooting?
Sergeant charged in Jackson County, officer involved shooting appears in court.
I'm going to assume it was unnecessary firearm use.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stupid idiots.
All right, let's chill out on the hating here. Because they are cops, and that's cop harassment. Although he's probably not a cop no more.
Yeah. But cops, I feel bad for because some make mistakes. Not all cops are perfect people. But
No.
we gotta understand that we're.
Dude, this
We gotta understand it
lens-
from our standpoint. And so,
This lens is barely being held on. This from there to there. That half semicircle, that's all that's holding it on.
so I'm gonna go back into the Bible for a little bit. Get off current events a little bit.
Okay.
So
I allow that on my podcast.
I'm gonna go talk about a little bit about. I'm gonna just research it. Hold on.
I think tomorrow I'm going to see if some of the other boys want to be part of it. Then we can have like 5 people, 5 grown men put their input on something. We could probably set it up inside the lobby or something like that. Maybe even Chase Ritchie could join us.
We should get Andy involved.
That is a plan that I want to. At least in one of the episodes, I want our RD. What is he? What is it called? Our dorm parents. Residence director. We want to get him into the podcast to see what he has to say on stuff and everything like that. I love that guy.
Parable. Hold on.
He's our dorm dad. What did I call him? What do I keep calling him? Dorm daddy.
Hold on. I'm getting there.
No, you're good. Man, I wish Theo wasn't on the phone. I wonder if it's on the phone with a girl.
Oh, I found it. Thank you.
What is it?
You'll like it.
Oh, my toes are cramping. I don't know why, but they hurt.
So, this is a thing that I like to talk about, and I actually got done with this.
Uh-oh.
It's gonna be. I hope you guys like this.
Yeah, you can go ahead and talk.
You can chime in too.
Yeah, no, I will. Oh wait, you're not even being shown on the camera.
So I'm gonna be talking about the prodigal son a little bit. He said there was a man who had 2 sons, and the younger of them said to his father, "Father, give me the share of my property that is coming to me." And he divided his property between them. Not many days later, the younger son gathered all he had and took a journey into a far country, and there squandered his property in reckless living.
This parking job.
And when he had spent everything, a severe famine arose in the county, and he began to be in need. So he went and hired himself out of one of the citizens of that country, who had sent him into his fields to feed pigs. And he was longing to be fed with the pods of the pigs' ate, and no one gave him anything. But when he came to himself and he said, How many of my father's hired servants have more than enough bread, but I perish with hunger? I will arise and go to my father, and I will say to him, Father, I have sinned against you, and before you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Treat me as one of your hired servants. As he arose and came to his father, but while he was still a long way off, his father saw him in a compassion, and ran and embraced him and kissed him. And the son said to him, Father, I have sinned against you, heaven, and before you. I am no longer to be worthy called your son. But the father said to his servant, Bring quickly the best robe and put it on him, and put on the ring on his hand and shoes on his feet. And bring the fattened calf and kill it, and let us eat and celebrate. For this is my son was dead and alive. For this was my son that was dead, alive again. He was lost, and now he's found. And he began to celebrate. Now his older son was in the field. As he came and drew near to the house, he heard music and dancing. And he called one of his servants and asked him what these things meant. And he said to him, Your brother has your brother has come, and your father has killed a fattened calf because he has received and back safe and sound. But he was angry and refused to go in. His father came out and entreated him. But he answered his father, Look, these many years I have served you, and I never disobeyed your command. Yet you never gave me a young goat that I might celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours came, who devoured your property with prostitutes, you killed the fattened calf for him. And he said to the son, You are always with me, and your always is mine. And he said to him, Son, you are always with me, and always that is mine is yours. It was fitting to celebrate and be glad, for his brother was dead and alive, and he was lost, and now he was found. Luke 15, really, the father in this story is God. God is the father in this story. And the son, I think, is the lost brother. He goes out and spends his father's money recklessly and loses it, and famine happens in the country, and then he gets so far deep down in his sin, and then he realizes he's getting fed pig food and stuff, and he finally realizes that, I'm in my sin, I need to come back to the Father. And so he goes and finds his father, and he wants to tell his father that I'm not worthy to be called your son anymore. Let me work for you. Well, his father saw him in the distance, and the father ran to his son, and the father said, You were dead and now alive. You were once lost, but now you are found. The son ran back to the father and asked for forgiveness, and the dad forgave him, which is God. God forgave the son for what he did. But then the older brother did not like how the older son was getting. Go
ahead. So, just in case people are curious, he keeps saying the Father is God, and he's right. The Father in that story is God. We are the Son.
We are the Son. We as people are the Son.
So, like he was saying, we are given His faith when we are born, and we keep just like He wasted the Father's money, we waste that faith, we waste that love, and it's to the point that we start separating from God, but God is a forgiving God, and if you look for forgiveness, and if you think you are unworthy and unforgivable, you're not.
Yes, and I think the older brother, and I don't know if you agree with me, but I think the older brother represents the devil.
I agree. Yes, for sure. The older brother is jealous. The older brother is jealous,
and he was jealous that his dad was throwing a party for him, and he was mad that he devoured my father's land and this, but all the dad was worried about is that his son was lost and was found by God. And so that's the one big thing that I had. And another good thing about the parable of the lost sheep. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I can just tell you.
Shorten it.
Because
I have something else to talk about.
The parable of the lost sheep is where God talks about a shepherd in a field. There are 100 sheep, and the shepherd goes back to the pen. One is missing, and the shepherd goes out and looks for the one. God goes out. God leaves the 99 to find the one. We are the one that He's looking for. He is the one that He is looking for. We are the one that He's coming out to, so we can be with Him. He's the one. He leaves the 99 to find the one, and that's us. Go ahead.
So, well, I was just looking through more current events, going back to current events a little bit. I was just seeing so much of the things we were talking about, such as Trump and anti-crimes against Biden. Oklahoma man arrested after 11-year-old stepdaughter gives birth. Where was the other one I saw? Kilmar Abrigo Garcia taken into ICE custody. Judge blocks deportation for now. And then there's what's really behind Love Island USA's drama. I just feel like Love Island USA is another way for pornists to collab and stuff like that, which is stupid. And then the colleges across the country deal with shooting hoaxes as classes resume. See, here we don't really have to worry about that. If you're going to shoot up a Christian college, you're crazy.
Now, and I have a question for you, and this is good that I bring this up. What would happen if a school shooting ever did happen on campus? Like, what
here?
Like, do you what would they? Like, what would what would their how would we get away from? I mean, they're gonna have cops on scene, but
oh, for sure, we are. I guarantee you, our security is armed.
But I have a question. Do you think that they would make us leave our dorms and go somewhere safe? Or would they make us stay in dorms and lock the doors?
I think that they're probably... We will probably go over this sometime. I think that there will be a thing where we have to make sure our blinds are completely closed, shut off our lights, lock our doors, stay locked down. That's only if the shooter is in another building. If the shooter is in our building, it's kind of like school. If the shooter is in our building, if it's not in your classroom, they're probably going to keep us locked down in the classrooms and stuff like that. Keep us quiet, keep us safe. And if it happens in the library, which, man, that would suck. Because that's just a big open area. If it happened in the gymnasium, we'd probably get sent to a room. If it happened in one of the dorms, that dorm, they'd probably have everybody trying to keep their doors shut and locked. Although our doors are not secure, but
Andy would do everything he could.
Oh yeah, Andy would put his body on the line for us. But that's also why our doors, we have our keys and stuff like that, and that's why we have emergency doors and everything like that.
Yeah.
For situations, I think we will, in the moment of an emergency, we will know what to do.
Because I think with our security guards that are on 24 hours, they will never let a shooter step foot on campus, because as soon as they see him, they're gonna run out. They're armed. They're gonna run after him.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, do you think this big scene that happened with a big shooter? If we had a big shooting scene on campus, do you think they would close the campus for a day and not have school because of all the problems?
I think they close it from semester. I don't think it'd just be a day, because there'll have to be a lot of investigations, especially if it was a student that was the shooter. There'd be a lot of investigations as to what caused it.
There would be a lot of people and witnesses.
Yeah, if it was like in one of the buildings up there, I think if you could go home, they'd probably send us home for a few weeks, maybe a few months, depending on.
I mean, we just do work online.
We would do work online, but if you don't have the option to go home, they'd probably have you stay in your dorm. But they would probably not allow you to go up to those buildings and everything like that. They'd probably keep you secure in your dorm.
Yeah, and I think they would take the right protocol, and I hope that never happens to us.
Oh yeah, I God forbid. But like if it did, I guarantee you they'd probably have every single person have some way find some way to get home.
Because we would, if they had it, they would have to get us flights home. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because my family lives 12 and a half hours away.
Yeah.
They can't drive. It would take them a full day to drive up here and get here. But they would have. But here's the thing: if they're gonna make us go home for 6 weeks, what are we gonna do with all of our stuff? Just leave it here? That's what I've always thought. Or do you take everything that you can, like your clothes, your electronics, or you just leave your TV here?
I think they give us time to pack up and everything like that. I think
Do you think they would let parents drive up here if it's 12 and a half hours? Do you think they'll let them take their time to drive up here to pick up their students
possibly,
and let them go back home
possibly.
for a single...
Honestly, what they'll probably do, especially because some of the teachers like live in Joplin, they'll probably be nice enough to let you like spend a weekend at that, or a day at that person's house while your parents drive up here and stuff like that. And because there's gonna be a day this year, I'm not sure about this semester, where we spend the night in the president's house and stuff like that. Like, there's gonna be fun days like that. But like, I guarantee you, there's teachers that live around here that
So, and like I said, the professors are nice, so they'll let us stay at our house. Like, if it has to be a day, to let your family come up here and get you.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, you gotta think too, if you're gonna spend a night at a professor's house, you might as well take as much as you can. Because you don't, because
Yeah.
once your parents come, you take everything to that professor's house that you need. Because they will not let you back on, the odds of them letting you back on campus is slim to none.
Yeah, I'd probably grab a few pairs of pants, few pairs of shirts, pairs of shirts.
But like, do you take your TV or do you leave it? That's contemplation.
I'd leave my TV.
And just get it when you get back. Because they're not going to go in the room.
I'll probably throw this in a backpack so I can at least have some kind of screen.
But see, for me, I would just leave the TV here and our doors locked.
Yeah.
I think that's what they would make us do, is doors locked, leave our TVs and doors locked, take your electronics, your clothes, your books.
Small electronics.
Yeah, small electronics, clothes, books, everything above the sun. Books. You leave the fridge here.
Well,
you leave your stuff
see,
back.
this will tie actually into something that I wanted to talk about. Electronics, phones, computers, screens. They've taken over, and in fact, they are actually a big cause in some of the bullying nowadays. And bullying is one of the bigger causes of school shootings. Someone gets mad at someone else, and so they think they have every right to bring a gun to school, and because they got bullied online.
And I had a school shooting this year. We had a school shooting this year. We were locked. We didn't have school. They made us go home. We didn't come back for school for like 3 days.
Yeah. But yeah, like screens have been a big cause of bullying nowadays. Especially with social media platforms and stuff like that. But also social media has been a big reason for pornography and stuff like that. Social media, you could tie into basically anything.
Oh yeah.
Such as news. You got ABC News pulled up. Earlier I had, there was CNN and news broadcasts and stuff like that can be a form of miscommunication of the internet and miscommunication of like the news and stuff like that, to the point that they might spread the wrong thing and someone might take it the wrong way. Like if a Gazanian, I don't know what they'd be called, someone from Gaza saw the news and misinterpreted what the news was saying, or the news broadcaster misinterpreted what they were reading or something, and was like, oh yeah, we hate Gaza, we're gonna go to war with them. And so Gaza would look at that and be like, bring it on.
Yep.
Like social media phones. I feel like we are addicted. No, I don't feel like it. We are addicted to it. I'll admit I'm addicted to it and stuff like that. We'll be done by 12:30.
Oh yeah, that sounds good because I'll just get my shower at midnight. I really don't care.
Yeah.
But I do have something to add. There was a former football player that now is at the Dolphins. His name is Minka Fitzpatrick. He did a documentary about himself and how he came to Christ, and he reminded us that football stadiums should be filled with Christians, not of men. They should not be filled with men, worldly people. Because like how all these concerts and stuff are happening and stuff. Like he said that they just need to. And I feel bad because a lot of Christian venues aren't. I mean, they are going on, but the other concerts that's like they've taken over. Just
I've seen. I don't know if you've heard of the band Suicide Boys.
I've heard of them.
If I'm correct on this, you can keep talking about that if you want to.
Other hot topics.
So Suicide Boys, this article says right here, from the edge of death to whispers of resurrection, the Suicide Boys' unexpected journey towards faith might be the most powerful verse they've ever dropped. Saints of the Underground, how the Suicide Boys found God in the dark and brought their fans with them. And I think that's crazy. Because I've listened to their lyrics and some of their lyrics, it's just like super Satanistic. One of their concerts, that instead of saying Satan, like, oh, worship Satan, I can't remember the lyrics of that song, but they changed the lyrics to where instead of them talking about Satan and them talking about the devil, they were worshiping Jesus instead. Which I thought was fantastic.
What's the dude's name? What's that other hot topic that's out there? That one rapper that's getting busted.
Lil Nas?
No.
He's charged actually right now.
No,
he got charged.
He did it.
Oh yeah, no. He gone.
He's going.
He's done for. Like, if they let him out, he's going to get put back in pretty quickly. What time is it? Oh yeah, no, we're good. But yeah, that was one change I was not expecting from Suicide Boys.
Sean Diddy Combs remains in federal jail following his conviction for 2 counts of transportation to engage in 10 years per count, and a recent judge ruling denied his request for bail while he awaits his sentencing in October. Combs is being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York. So, the judges deny every bail request that he has given.
Yep.
They deny it. They want him in jail. We'll hear more in October what they actually do. They'll be 10 years per count. So if there's 4 counts, there's 40 years in jail. If there's more than 40, it's life.
Lil Nas X charged for 4 felonies after allegedly assaulting officers on LA Street.
Oh, nice.
Dude, what is with these rappers? Like, dude's gay anyways. I don't know why he thinks that he can fight an officer. The Old Town Road rapper. That's what he's known for. That's literally like
But
what
you know
they're
what
calling.
P. Diddy did, right?
Yes, I'm aware of what P. Diddy did.
What's up, gang?
We're still on.
Bro, I was saying, what's up, gang?
This guy.
Hey, what's up, gang?
We got Theo here. So we're not using the mics today because I have to charge my phone. It's at 15 right now. It was really low earlier, and I
We're an
plugged
hour
it
and
in.
10 minutes in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go watch Rand.
Oh, come on! You just got here.
I'll be back.
But yeah, the Old Town Road rapper allegedly charged at officers when they saw him wandering naked in the early morning.
Lil Nas.
What goes through these people's minds?
And like how P. Diddy
Guarantee you he was
um,
on something.
What did they have at the party? I don't even forget what it was.
Baby oil?
Yeah.
1,000 bottles of baby oil.
And that's illegal. Well,
Apparently, it is illegal. But what if he actually needed the baby oil? I think right after we finish this, I'm gonna start watching one podcast I would suggest is the Unashamed podcast with Phil Robertson and Jace Robertson.
I love that.
They are such a great podcast. They pretty much do what we are doing here, but better. But better. What'd you just find out? Talk. Speak. Come on. Don't say, oh, I just hit you with the Chromebook.
No, my mind was leaning towards why P. Diddy used the baby oil.
What did you look up?
I just looked up what did P. Diddy use the baby oil for.
Let me guess. He was yanking.
It just says freak offs.
Oh, yeah, no.
Or
Yep.
sexual encounters with women and males escorts. In March of 2024, federal authorities seized over 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant during raids in Combs' home in Los Angeles and Miami.
That is crazy.
Listen to this. This is a hot topic. Reports alleged that Sean Diddy Combs used baby oil as a part of freak-offs or sexual encounters with women and males escorts. In March of 2024, federal authorities seized over 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant during raids of Combs' homes in Los Angeles and Miami. So, why did he use lubricant?
Why do you think? I don't think we want to answer this question.
Let's not answer that.
Let's get off the topic of P. Diddy. All right, dude, you're going down a path. I don't think your tiny body's ready for.
Yes, but the Unashamed podcast is amazing.
The Unashamed podcast is amazing. In fact, R.I.P. to Phil Robertson, but he was a legend, and luckily he has 4 sons: Alan, Jace, Jep, Willie. His 4 sons are there to carry on their name of Robertson. Yep.
I just now subscribed to him.
You just now subscribed to him after he
But
died?
I've watched his old Unashamed stuff. I miss him.
I miss him too, and I pray for the family. But they started up Duck Dynasty, the new Duck Dynasty show, Duck Dynasty New Gen, or I don't know.
How is it
But,
without him?
So I only saw some clips of the episodes because I was watching a few clips of it, and it looks pretty good. It looks pretty funny.
I like the guy. I forget the guy's name that carries that tea around.
Psy?
Yeah, he always carries that tea around.
Psy is awesome. Psy, I think, does appear in it. I'm not 100%. Psy, actually, I'm pretty sure appears in some of the episodes of Unashamed. But I've listened to some of the episodes on Spotify of the podcast, but I'm actually starting to watch the actual videos because I like what we're doing right now. I like seeing them talk so that they're not just just voices in my head through my headphones that I can actually see what their reactions to things are, especially the P. Diddy baby oil.
Yeah. But there's a lot of
stuff wrong with our world
yes,
today.
it is very corrupted.
Is bro laying down? Oh no, he's sitting up.
Very corrupted world today, guys.
Very, very. So actually, we're gonna go ahead and go into prayer.
Yeah.
Theo, if you want to join us.
Yeah. We're going into prayer.
Fun fact. So, it says in Ecclesiastes 3, there's nothing new under the sun. So all that stuff, it's all been happening, right? But it's just we were not aware to it. But it's always been this way. So, anywho.
All right, if you want to start us off, Hayden.
So, dear Heavenly Father, I come to you right now and I pray for the second day of our video, and I pray that we talked about current events that were purposeful and meaningful. And I pray that these viewers see this second video out here and realize that God is with them always. And I pray that these people, when they hear me talk about, when they heard me talk about the prodigal, that we are the law. We are the lost son coming back to the Father to be saved by grace, to get for forgiveness from Him. And I pray that people realize that they have time to come back to the Father and ask for forgiveness, and they can be part of our family. But I also pray for Michael, and I pray for Theo now, that wherever they are going through right now, I pray that you are with them and protect them all the days of their lives. And I pray that that you protect Ozark Christian College and each of our dorms that we are living in. I pray that you keep the evil one out. And I pray that in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Theo, you up?
You see me? Dear Heavenly Father, I just want to lift this podcast up to you right now, Lord. Lord, I pray that if it's your will for this podcast to reach the world, let that be done. But God, I also pray that if it's even a small podcast, it reaches the people that it needs to reach. And Father, I pray in Jesus' name that the people that it does reach, God, I pray that it is life and it is a lamp in their life, God. I pray that we speak the word diligently, that it allows people to go to the word as a lamp for their feet. God, I pray for these awesome dudes right in front of me, Lord. I pray just protection over them. I pray protection over the viewers, protection over everybody at this Christian college, Lord. Lord, I just thank you for this amazing day, and I thank you for this amazing group. In Jesus' mighty name.
Lord, our world is a corrupt world. But you knew it'd be like this. You knew that there'd be murders, there'd be trafficking, there'd be wars, there'd be Florida men. That's one topic we didn't cover. There's crazies, but with crazy there is good. And sometimes in moments of distress and moments of horror, moments of fear, I guess the same thing, moments of sadness, anger, your love can shine through, Lord, and it has. There's multiple accounts of people who have done terrible things, but have given their life and came back to you, Lord. And I pray that the people that watch this podcast don't think of us as making fun of the world or making fun of these people, but take this as a lesson that our world is a one of a kind, and we are ruining it. But it's through you that we can make it better, and that's what we're trying to get at here. Yeah, we might laugh at some of the topics that we talk about, but Lord, it's just because some of us laughing. It's just because of how, like, it's a crazy laugh. Like, how crazy these things are, how stupid these things are. We don't get it, Lord, but you do. It's your plan. It is. You knew that this would happen, and we're here to follow along in your word and to follow your plan, Lord. We pray this in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Adios, guys.
Adios.